Hi there, it's Miss Tiffany from the Butler Area Public Library, and I'm here with another Library 101 video. Library 101 is a series of videos created to help people learn a little bit more about the Butler Area Public Library specifically, about general library services, and about information literacy. So in this video, we are going to give a brief overview of the Dewey Decimal System. The Dewey Decimal System is a pretty big topic to cover, more than what I could cover in just a 5 or 10-minute video. So today I'm just going to give you an overview, and then we're going to do some future videos that talk about specific sections of the Dewey Decimal System. So what is the Dewey Decimal System anyway? Well, the Dewey Decimal System is an organizational system that we use in order to put our books in a certain order on the shelves in the library. The system is sometimes abbreviated as DDC, which stands for the Dewey Decimal Classification System. Now, the name comes from the man that created the system. His name was Melville Dewey, and he wanted to come up with a way to keep books organized in a specific manner so that people could find what they're looking for. The goal of this organizational system is to help you find things. That's the goal of any organizational system. But because the things that you are looking for here are pieces of information, that is what the DDC is set up to do. It helps you find specific information, typically in the form of books or other materials. Not every library uses the Dewey Decimal Classification System, but we do use it here at the Butler Area Public Library. Specifically, we use it for our nonfiction section. Remember, we said nonfiction books are books that deal in facts and are intended to educate the reader. So in our nonfiction section, we use the Dewey Decimal System, and that is the number that you will find on the spine label of the books in the nonfiction section. So the idea of the Dewey Decimal Classification System is that materials will be grouped together by subject, and that subject is assigned a number. And the way the Dewey Decimal System works is it starts broadly with a general topic, and it works its way more specific. So a broad topic gets more specific as the number gets more specific on the side of the book. Because we start off general, the Dewey Decimal System has 10 general categories, and we call these categories hundreds. So the numbers 000 to 099.99999 into infinity, that is 100. That is the first 100 of the Dewey Decimal System. And then the books that are 100 through 199.9999 into infinity, those are the 100s. And so on with the 200s, 300s, 400s, 500s. So those hundreds have general terms that cover everything in that range of numbers. And then within that range, specific numbers cover very specific things in that general topic. So a great example is taking a look at an animal like the tiger shark. We start broadly. So our hundreds category is going to be the 500s because that is the hundreds category that covers natural science. And that is where we're going to find information about animals. So 500 is natural science. But then within that broad 100 spectrum, 590 is where we start to see information about animals. And to get even more specific, 597 is where we start to see information about sharks. And to get even more specific, 597.33 is where we find information about tiger sharks. So the more numbers that are added into the number, the more specific it's going to be. we could go further and find information specifically about tiger sharks that live in a certain ocean, or specifically about the mating rituals of tiger sharks or the diet of tiger sharks. So the more numbers that come after the decimal place, that last one was 597.33, the more numbers that come after that decimal place, the more specific that topic is going to be. All right. So that is how the Dewey Decimal System works on a very broad sense. The idea is that it organizes our books so that the topics are all together. All of the books about sharks are together. All of the books about plants are together. All of the books about history are together. All of the books about poetry are together. That is the goal of the Dewey Decimal System. But as I said, each 100 really covers something different, and you can get very specific. Remember, we work from general to specific in the Dewey Decimal System, which is why in my future videos, I will be going into a little bit more detail about the different hundreds categories within the Dewey Decimal System. I hope this has given you a little bit of an overview of what the Dewey Decimal System is, who created the Dewey Decimal Classification System, and what its intention is, or what its purpose is. I have created a crossword puzzle worksheet to go along with this video, and I'm going to link it in the description below. I'm also going to include my contact information so that if you have any questions about anything, or you want to suggest future Library 101 video topics, you can reach out to me via email to do so. Thank you so much for watching, and happy reading.